Okay, so I want you to focus on the first question. And once you are ready with the answer, you can tell me about this. We are going to discuss about all the rules that we studied yesterday and how we can apply those rules in the real life situation. So we discussed about different types of errors in grammar, illogical meaning, modifier, pronouns, agreement, connectors, and tenses. So we're going to apply those rules here and we'll see how we can correct it. So this is the first question. I want you to focus on this only. I'm going to ask you two questions. Like, first question is, what is this? What is the nature of this question? Is it, what kind of error is this out of all the errors that we have studied? So I'll just quickly write all those errors here. So is it illogical meaning or modifier, pronoun, agreement, connector, tenses, and sentence structure? We studied these are the types of errors that are there in grammar primarily. And once we know that, okay, so we can classify the question and we can answer it. So first of all, what kind of question is this? Is it testing illogical meaning or modifier, pronoun? What is it?
I think it is sentence structure. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so what is happening here in this time? So this is a necessary resource for science. In the winter of this year, scientists, this guy and this guy, poured nitrates and phosphates into lake something. And the other line, the next line where the question is, this is one of the 58 freshwater bodies that compose Canada's remotely located experimental lakes area. So
So
what is
it's
this
like a
about?
connector. Like it's trying to connect the two sentences, like somehow trying to make sense between the sentences.
So what is the difference between a connector and a modifier? What is a connector?
Connector is like it's just it's not changing the tone of the question. Like it's not like a U-turn or something. If you say it that way.
So a connector would be something like, I think, further, furthermore, these are the connectors, right?
Also.
Also, but, which is like a U-turn. So these are the connectors. Do we see any of these words here? No, we don't. So this is not a connector question, which means something else is going on. So out of all these things which you see here, what is it? Is it illogical meaning, modifier, pronoun, agreement? What is a modifier? What is a modifier? We studied yesterday. What is a modifier? An adjective or an adverb, isn't it? Which gives like extra details of something. Like for example, Sushmita, comma, who stays in Ghaziabad, comma, aspires to go to US. So I'll write this. Let's say Sushmita, comma, a girl from Ghaziabad, comma, aspires to go to US. So what is this? Something which I've written here. A girl from Ghaziabad. What is this? Sushmita, comma, a girl from Ghaziabad aspires to go to US. What is this? A girl from Ghaziabad. Can we call this as a modifier? Yes, we can. So a modifier is a phrase or a collection of words which give extra detail of something, about something. So what is happening here? Lake 227. So this part, whatever is written here, is giving extra details about this lake, isn't it? This is one of these 58 lakes which are identified for some kind of experimentation. So this is a modifier question. Is that right? How to add a modifier to a noun. So how to add a modifier to a noun? You put a comma and you put a modifier, the way you did here. Sushmita, a girl from Ghaziabad. So similarly, this lake, comma, one of the 58 lakes, I can say it directly. Yes or no? So this lake to 227 is what? It is one of the 228 freshwater bodies that compose Canada's remotely located experimental lakes area. Hi Anna. Are you guys there or gone? How is it going?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you understand this is a modifier.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is a modifier question. And the rule for a modifier is you can write the noun, then you can put the comma, and then write the modifier, like the way we did here. So here again, there is a noun and there is a modifier to that noun. So this is a modifier question. And usually a modifier is in between two commas or a comma and a full stop. And you don't need this here. And this is also not required. So I can say, in winter of 1968, scientists David this and this guy poured nitrate and phosphate into lake this. What is this lake? This is one of the 58 freshwater bodies and whatever da da da. This lake is, so this part is simply giving the details of the lake, nothing else, isn't it? Is it doing anything else? The part which is underlined, is it doing anything else apart from giving these details about the lake?
No.
No, it's just qualifying it. So we can call this as what? You guys are sleeping today.
This is a modifier, right?
Exactly. This is a modifier. So we did this question. Let's move to the next one. What is the nature of this question? Tell me, and what should be the right of? So for this one, the correct answer is D. We don't have to say this is one of the, so this is also a little bit of sentence structure question where we can remove extra words. This is not required, but why? Because it's a modifier question and we put
So I
modifier.
was right in a way.
You were right, yes. Okay, so let's go to question number 2 now and tell me what kind of question is this and what would be the right way to correct it.
Next one also looks like modifier.
Yes, you are right actually. Because while deliberately adding chemical compounds to lake may seem destructive and irresponsible, and then we want to qualify it with something. So yeah, this whole thing is a modifier. So what should be the answer to this one?
B.
Okay, you're saying B.
Well,
Take your time, think about it, act like a doubting mother-in-law. You know who is a doubting mother-in-law?
I think the answer is A. Like we don't require to change it.
Okay, so Sushmita is saying A, which means we can use it directly the way it is. While deliberately, yeah.
We used to use a technique of just reading it and find it, like feeling if it's correct, and just like I use that right now.
What do you say, Nancy? Can A be right?
I'm not really using a rule.
yeah, I think A. A.
If A is correct, then all others should be wrong. So let's look at B. What is the problem with B? While deliberately adding chemical compounds to a lake may seem
I
destructive,
think it's an Oxford comma thing.
so this looks like an
Like over there.
extra comma, not really required. So we can do without comma also. So this one is not required. Okay. Destructive, and again here also this comma looks very awkward. We'll not stop here. After and, why should we put a comma like this? Destructive and responsible, this method. Here it seems a little bit of, I mean, you would rather put a comma here because it's starting with while. तो while वाले सेंटेंस में कॉमा लगता है जब हम एक पर्टिकुलर बात पूरी कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं. So when you make a sentence with while, it is an example of a complex sentence, right? What is a complex sentence?
Yes, sir.
What is a complex sentence?
It's trying to deliver two ideas at the same time, like in one particular sentence.
Yeah, you are right. Trying to deliver two ideas, and where there is one main idea and one dependent idea. So there has to be a main idea and a dependent idea. And the dependent idea actually starts with a dependent clause, a dependent connector. We call it as dependent connector or dependent conjunction or subordinating conjunction, something like that. So while, the sentence which starts with while is basically the dependent sentence. While deliberately adding chemical compounds to a lake may seem destructive and irresponsible, so this is dependent. This method of experimenting is something the most effective way, sometimes the most effective way to whatever they have said after that. So yes, we need a comma for sure, and we need a comma at this place, which makes sense because while tells us that there would be two sections, and that is why A is the correct answer. You were right. Good. So far so good. Let's go to the next questions now. Okay. What is the nature of this question? First of all, you're going to tell me out of IMPA CTS, what exactly is the nature of the question? I don't want the right answer. I want to classify it first. You remember what is IMPA CTS? I is illogical meaning, M is modifier, P is pronoun, A is agreement, C is connector, T is tenses, and S is sentence structure. So which kind of, what is happening here? They're asking us to combine something. Most effectively combines the underlined sentences. So let's look at this. So here there is a big sentence. I mean, two sentences are there. I can see a full stop at this place. So which means we have got two sentences here and we want to combine it. That's what is happening, right? Just to have a little idea of the context, what is going on, I'll start reading from here and then we'll see how we can combine it. So these two guys were investigating possible causes of large blooms of algae. So algae is like that outgrowth of some plants in the water bodies. So they were trying to investigate it. Or cyanobacteria, so they've given some fancy name, that had been affecting bodies of water such as lake, this one. So they were investigating what causes all this algae. Okay. In addition to being unsightly and odorous, oh, okay. So they are talking about bad characteristics of this algae. What makes it so obnoxious? Being unsightly and odorous, these algal blooms cause oxygen depletion. Okay, so they are talking about some harmful effects. And then oxygen depletion kills fish and other wildlife in the lake. So what I see is there is a repetition of this word, isn't it? So there's an opportunity to make it short. So if I were to make it short, I'll say in addition to being unsightly and odorous, the algal blooms cause oxygen depletion, which in turn kills fish and da, isn't it? Or which kills. Can I say which here? So I don't have to say this again, because as an effect of this is happening. Tell me yes or no. Can I use which here? So I will use which here actually, like this. Can I do that? Can I do that? Yes or no? Can I put a which here?
Yeah.
I can use a which here. So this
It
is
is also modifier.
yeah. So this is also a modifier which is used with which, and this is a relative pronoun, something which relates to the word that is just before it. So this in turn, so I don't want to repeat the word oxygen depletion. That is why I'm saying which kills fish and other wildlife in the lakes. So this also makes my sentence a complex sentence because I'm using a dependent clause, or I'm making use of a relative pronoun to relate to two things. I'm talking about two different things, isn't it? So which is fine. Now let me see which option makes sense out of these. See, as we always discuss in the class also, the shortest option is usually the best one. So I'll first of all check which one is the shortest. I see this one to be shortest, is it? Just 3 lines and rest of them are longer ones. So let me see this one first. So in addition to being unsightly and odorous, these algal blooms cause oxygen depletion, which kills fish and other wildlife in the lakes. Does it make sense? So I'll go with D, and I won't even read these because D makes all good sense and it is the shortest one also. Now, what is the advantage for people doing IELTS to do these kind of exercises? Although you don't get this kind of question there, it helps you to develop the right thinking, a right framework to think. So when you do these exercises, subconsciously you will start thinking in terms of writing very precisely, isn't it? Because these four might be grammatically correct. Like the way this is written, is it incorrect to write like this? Tell me. If I don't put a which, would it be wrong? If I simply leave the way it is, like, I just for the sake of clarity, I'll say these. Is there any grammatical error in this section? No. It's just that we have two sentences and this thing is getting repeated, which is making a little cumbersome for the reader to read. So to gain marks, we can combine the sentences like this and make a compound sentence rather than something which is such a, I mean, a small sentences broken by a full stop. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question now. Now this one. So what is happening here? I'll give you 2 minutes. First of all, tell me what kind of question is this? Is it illogical meaning, modifier? What kind of question is this? What is it trying to test? And then we'll correct it.
I think it is sentence structure this time.
Yeah, so sentence structure and a little bit of punctuations are tested, I can see.
Yeah,
There's a
punctuation.
colon and the dash. So what makes sense here? It was thick with. So after with, they've put a colon. What is the use of colon?
To describe something.
Exactly, to describe something. To describe something which is just after colon. So do we want to describe with? Does not make
No.
sense. Which
No.
means A to pakka gaya. This cannot be the right one. So it was green. It was thick with, so they are saying it was green. Okay, so after green itself, they are asking us to put a colon. Lake 227 turned bright green, colon. It was thick with, da, 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 da. So basically, if this is the option, what it's trying to say is that the explanation of green is it was thick with algal developments and those things. Can B be an answer?
It is the answer, I think, because the other ones do not make that much sense.
Okay, so I'll say B is maybe. So let's check other ones. It was green and then there is a full stop. And then they're saying it was thick with and then a big dash. This with and all the same type of algal blooms. So this looks like too complicated. You are using two unnecessary punctuations, and this dash doesn't make sense here. This one gone. It was green, comma. It was thick with. So it's like two full sentences separated by a comma. This is comma split, where you try to divide two full sentences by a comma, which is not correct. So this one gone. Correct answer is of course B. So this will help you, and using these kind of structures, if you use a colon in your writing to describe something, like for example mixed school, colon, a school where boys and girls study together, then you write a comma, and then you talk about it, and so that makes more sense rather than using very, very plain structures. So in fact, there is one more rule that whenever you are using a colon, whatever you write before the colon has to be a full sentence. So you will have to say, a mixed school is a better choice. Is this a full sentence? A mixed school is a better choice. Is this a full sentence? Yes or no? A mixed school is a better choice. You can say yes, you can say no. Is this a full sentence? Can I put a full stop here? Yes, of course.
What are we
I can put a full
comparing it
stop here.
to?
Yeah, I
We
mean,
are comparing, so we have to write other part.
technically, this is a full sentence. There is one subject, and I'm qualifying that subject by this. India is a good country. Is this not a full sentence? I know
We're
that
not saying
better.
India is a better country because saying that would mean you have to compare it with something and that makes the sentence incomplete.
Oh, okay. So from the meaning perspective, probably this is incorrect. But from the grammar perspective, it is fine. I assume that I have written something earlier, then probably it is fine. I understand what you're saying. I mean, better would point towards better than what? So a mixed school is a better choice. After this, I can put a colon and I can write an explanation why it is a better choice. So if I put a colon here, it would be qualifying what? Better choice. In such a school, yeah, in these schools, uh, I can simply write like this also. Students, yeah, girls and boys get a chance to interact with each other and understand each other's behavior. Full stop. So this becomes a little an innovative usage, some fresh usage where you have used a colon and you are defining stuff. A mixed school is a better choice, colon. Girls and boys can interact with each other and understand their behaviors in the classroom. What I'm trying to say is that how we can use this knowledge in our writing. So you can qualify your writing and take it to the next level by using some fresh grammatical structures. Because they say one thing that you have to use is grammar range and accuracy. So one way of uh, showing your range is to use a few of these grammatical structures, but yes, you have to use them correctly. Like for example, the rule for colon is that whatever you write before it has to be a full sentence. So this is a full sentence. A mixed school is a better choice. and colon, and then you are qualifying it. But if I say mixed school and put a colon, probably this will not be right, because mixed school is not a full sentence, right?
But here in this passage, when it is writing green, it is not describing green.
It is not, yeah, I mean, not necessarily describing. So we do not use colon to describe something.
I
So
think they're
when,
giving a reason why it turned bright green. Like that's what they're saying.
oh, you're talking about this one or this sentence? This sentence?
She's
The
talking
passage
about,
on.
yeah. So I think that's talking about why it turned green. Like
Yeah,
what
yeah, why
happened.
it turned green. So it turned green, and they're giving a little explanation for green, like why it turned green. So it is an explanation or a reason. So yes, let's move to the next question. Let's do one more. So I'll clear this and I'll go to, yes. So what is the nature of this question? And let's try to identify the nature, and then we'll do it together. Which choice provides the best transition? So they are talking about best transition. What do you mean by transition? So moving from one paragraph to the next paragraph.
I
So
think
the
this is going to
first
come
line,
in cohesions and
yeah, this is
coherence, but
cohesion. Exactly, you're right.
cohesion.
And of course, yeah, cohesion and coherence. Although we don't have anything related to cohesion, coherence in IMPS, CTS, but yes, this is a part of cohesion. So how to answer these kind of questions, and what exactly are they looking for when they are asking, when they're looking for transition? So transition is usually the first sentence of a paragraph, and this first sentence should relate to what you said later. It is a theme sentence, which means let us read the rest of the section to see what is going on, and then
He's
select a
saying from previous paragraph to this one.
yeah, so probably we'll have to look at the previous paragraph also. So what's happening in the previous paragraph is also something which is important from this context. So let me go to the previous paragraph first. So if we remember what they said, they were talking about green, something because became green because of algal development, and they said that, and they wanted to know the reason why it is green, isn't it? I mean, the whole passage is devoted to take care of this algal developments which happen in water, so that we can save freshwater bodies. Okay, and now this is a transition happening to the next paragraph. Let's see what is happening here. It says one mission of the experimental lake area is to conduct research that helps people better understand threats to the environment. So the focus of this theme is environment, which means I'm expecting the rest of it to talk about environment. In that case, it will make sense. So let me see. The scientists divided the lake in half by placing a nylon barrier through the narrowest part of its figure 8 shape. So they divided into two parts like this probably. I don't see anything related to environment in this sentence. In one half of Lake 226, they added,
I think it's about the experiment that they're saying.
yeah, they are adding phosphate nitrate and a source of
Phos.
carbon. In the other, they added something else, and they did some experiment. So here they are doing some experiment. They are actually dividing the lake into two parts. In one section, they are adding phosphate, nitrate, and carbon. In the other part, they are adding only nitrate and carbon, and seeing the effect, which part has more algal development, to figure out whether phosphate is the cause of it or not. If there is more algae here, which means phosphate is causing all the algal development. If it is here, which means absence of phosphate and nitrogen alone is enough to cause algal development. They were trying to figure out the use of, phosphate, whether phosphate causes all this. So they're doing an experiment here and trying to find out. So let's see. I don't see A, which means environmental damage is the main thing. So A gone. Let me see the B one. The experimental lakes area is located. So they are talking about location in sparsely inhabited area that experiences few effects of human and industry activity. So area does not really matter. To isolate the cause of algae, these two guys performed another experiment, this time using this. Does this make sense?
Talking about the experiment, so yes.
Yeah. So this is the one, and this provides a very good transition from the previous paragraph and also connects with the next paragraph very clearly. So this was a transition question where whatever you are writing in the paragraph has to be reflected in the theme sentence. The theme sentence should be the representative of what was said in the paragraph. So from that perspective, this is so whenever you are writing, it's very important that you know what you want to write in the whole paragraph, and your theme sentence should actually talk about that. Okay, let's do one more and see what is happening there. What kind of question is this, and what should be the right answer? I think connector and plus also, but also adding. So some precise choice, sentence structure, that is the nature of this question, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So I will say sentence structure. What should be the right answer?
B.
And a source of carbon. Okay, let's see. In one half of Lake 226, they added phosphates, nitrates, and source of carbon, semicolon. In the other, they added just nitrates and a source of carbon. I think, yeah, that makes sense. That is the most precise one.
Because the others are like re-explaining that you're adding something.
Yeah.
The option, the sentence itself, the one which is given is also using the word added twice. And then C and D are also saying plus and added, which is not really required.
Yeah, plus also is redundant. And but also, so but also requires a not only. So there is
But also
no,
it's like very wrong.
yeah, so you have to have a not only in order to say but also. But we don't have any not only here. It's straight away. Uh, I mean, so not, but also does not make sense. He not only plays guitar but also runs in the marathon. So that makes more sense. All right. Okay. So this is how I want you to do this test. It's going to be a little different for probably Nancy, who is doing this test for the first time, but it will make a lot of sense to develop the right framework for grammar, because remembering grammar rules is not enough. We may not apply them. It's only when we apply them in some context that we get to understand, oh, why is this the right verbiage to say something. And if we do some 2 3 exercises of this sort, we learn a lot of things which we would start applying in our own writing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the purpose, and I think it will be a very useful exercise. It would worth our time and efforts to develop this kind of thinking, so that we write very precisely and we take care of our grammar in IELTS. Okay, so you can finish this test and then we will discuss this now on Monday. So we have got an off tomorrow and day after.
What are the timings for Monday?
Timings would be the same, somewhere around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So you can arrange it, and you can do one more test, in fact, in case you get some time. So you can do test 7 as well, just for practice, the same way as you're doing this test. So it will reinforce those things. Or, I mean, my expectation is that you should finish this test at least. so that we can discuss it on Monday. Okay. So great. And have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves. And we'll meet on Monday then.
Thank you. You too have a good weekend.
Thank you.